Hi guys, this is the VVACN channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my newer 1/18 scale diecast cars. Um, today I'm very happy to bring you the all-new Audi R8 V10 Plus by Maisto Premiere Edition. My first ever diecast car was an Audi R8, the 2008 version, V8. So when I heard they were making the all-new V10 version, I was very excited and been looking forward to having one of these ever since I've heard about them. Although brands like Mini Champs have already made them, they were a bit too above my pay grade. So I've been looking forward to a Maisto version, and there's actually two variants for the Maisto version. You can either get it in Premiere or Exclusive, but I chose Premiere because I thought Premiere was good enough. And I bought it in silver because I think silver is the coolest color to go with the R8s. My personal opinion, but yes. And I'm very happy with it, so let's go ahead and take a close look inside the whole car overall. In general, although the R8 has been fully changed in nearly a decade, not much has changed for the 2016 year, for the second generation. I am going to do a versus video of the old R8 versus new R8, but just looking at the front of the new R8, you can tell Audi chose to keep the overall look of the old R8. So actually, you can definitely tell this is on the second generation R8. It didn't change completely. It still has the aggressive looking headlamps, same hood style or grille layout. So yes, it looks very similar to the old R8. So let's talk about the quality of the diecast model. The grills here, they are not the best actually, probably because they're made in this plastic and you can completely tell that these are blocked, but they still did a pretty good job of making these patterns right over here. So although I'm not completely satisfied with the grills, I'm not completely hating them either. The Quattro badge right here, indicating this is on a 5.2 V10 Plus model, is quite well made. One of the things I really like about the all-new R8 diecast car is the license plate. Unlike Maisto's, original license plate, this one has the car's name on it, R8 V10 Plus, and Kyosho usually does that. So it kind of gives a more premium feeling. So it doesn't make the car look like a lower end model. And I'm a bit unsatisfied with the Audi emblem right here, which didn't change at all over the older version. So it kind of ruins the old car's stance, if you can call it like that. So I was kind of disappointed with the emblem, but it completely made it up with the headlamps right here. I don't know if you can see it right here in the video, but the headlamps are extremely well made. They don't have the original Maisto pegs, and they have this black trimmed plastic inside it, which makes the headlamps look very, very real. And it doesn't look like a Maisto headlamp. It looks like a headlamp of a much more higher end model. Maybe Kyosho, maybe not until Kyosho, but it definitely looks better than what it's worth. So the headlamps were very impressive for me actually. So overall in the front, I was quite satisfied, although I think there could be some improvements over the grille and the Audi emblem right here. But overall, it's quite satisfying. And off to the side, the car looks like this. So onto the side, I'm repeating this again, but not much has changed for the all-new R8. It still has, you still get the feeling of the old R8 in it, and it looks actually very similar for me. One of the things I like about the side are here and the side mirrors, which they tried to express the carbon fiber in it, and actually did a pretty good job on it. to give you a feeling of what I'm talking about. The plastic here, it's supposed to imitate the carbon fiber used in it, and it's not the best actually. And it's definitely cheaper plastic, not real carbon fiber, but it has a different feeling than most part of the car, and it looks quite good for what it's worth. Same goes for the side mirror here. I am a bit disappointed with the V10 badge here, like the Audi emblem. It's not very detailed nor realistic. But that's a minor factor, so maybe we can go over that. And the rims, I'm not very happy with the rims actually, but because they don't look all that realistic, but still quite okay. But I definitely wouldn't call the rims very satisfactory. One part of the car that I'm not satisfied with is the door handles right here, which they only made a hole to express it, and not like, well, the SRT Viper and the cars like that, they have terrible finishing on them, so there's bits of paint on it, but luckily there's no the finishing on this one is okay, but still it doesn't really give an overall very realistic feeling of the car. The side, I guess it's quite okay for what it's worth also. Now the onto the interior, it's kind of hard to see the interior because the door angle of the car is so small. As you can see, you can hardly fit a finger in there. And I personally think this door angle is one of the worst I've ever seen. It's terrible. You can hardly get a glimpse inside the interior, and it's even worse than the original R8. It's really terrible. But anyway, off into the interior. Let's go ahead into the interior. The interior looks like that, and like I said, I can't really get a good view in it, but it looks quite fine actually. It looks fine. You can see they try to express the clutches, steering wheel, and all of that. But it's done in single color, black, so it kind of looks unrealistic. Here are the seats in black. Let's go off to the side so you can see the interior there. Like I said, you can't really get a good view inside the interior because of the small door angle. My comment over the interior, it's definitely not the best. It's compared to even Welly, it falls behind because well, it's done in single color, and it looks quite unrealistic, to be honest. But you can definitely see it try to express most of the major details in it, so I would at least give it like 5 out of 10, maybe. And I forgot about this part, the trunk on the car, the trunk of the car. Now the problem with the older Audi R8s, the trunks were so wobbly that you can like very easily open them, but it also meant that it was shut off real easy. They sort of changed it so when you open the trunk, it gives a more stable feeling, if you can call it like that. The overall trunk detail is acceptable, although the cheap plastic doesn't really give a premium feeling. But then again, Maisto is not about premium diecast cars, right? But overall, they did a really good job of improving it. And actually, this is one of the best trunk I've ever seen in Maisto cars. Very stable. And the problem with the older R8s was that when you open the trunk without opening the doors, the trunk would hit here and scrap the paint off. But for the all-new R8, that isn't a problem. Thank God. It doesn't hit here, so the paint doesn't rub off. So I'm kind of glad they kind of fixed that. So that part was that part was quite good. And on the right side of the car, there's the gas lid, and it has the R8 emblem on it. I was quite surprised to find that. Didn't expect such a small detail. Now off to the back. Now I'll be honest with you. If I could find both the front and the side satisfactory, I can't find this back I can't find the back as half as satisfactory as the front and the side. Primarily because of the rear lamps here. Now there's no pegs inside them, they shunted off to the side, so the red part looks okay. But they painted on this part silver right here, which makes the car look completely terrible. And I mean it. It looks terrible with that, so wish they put a little bit more effort into the rear end. The grills right here are exactly same to the front. Not completely satisfactory, but acceptable. The mufflers are done okay. In same kind of plastic right here. Here is also okay. Audi emblem and the R8 emblem, they could have been better. The license plate is same as the front. Gives a really good feeling, premium feeling. Now, this one is a V10 Plus version, so actually there's a rear spoiler on it. On the older R8, you could find an adjustable spoiler, but smaller one right here. But this one has a fixed spoiler, and it's made in the same plastic as the side and the side mirror. I guess he's trying to express the carbon fiber. And now off to the engine room. It looks like this. Now, to be honest, I found the engine room detail satisfactory, but what I wasn't satisfied with was this plastic right here. Why am I unsatisfied with it? Well, primarily because it's so thin, so you can easily break it off if you're not careful, or I think it could get easily cracked as well. And the overall finishing on here isn't really satisfactory, so was quite disappointed with it. I personally think it's even worse than the older R8. They definitely have to improve this part. Maybe it's better on the exclusive version, I'm not sure. I hope it is. And the it's kind of hard to open it. Like when you shunt it off right here, completely close it, it's very hard to open it, so. And since this is so thin, you could easily break it or crack it while opening, so I'm very unhappy with the plastic right here. But other than that, the engine room detail is very, very nice. And why? Because the older R8 was just a piece of plastic with marks in it, things like that. But this one, it's different. So here's what I mean. On the newer Audi R8, there is an X-shaped thing right here protecting the engine room, so it's not a whole piece of plastic, and the V10 FSI detail is better than the older R8. And the part around right there is the same plastic they use in side mirrors on the side, so they try to express the carbon fiber there. So you can definitely tell they try to put more effort into the engine room, which was quite nice. There's nothing special about the car's bottom. Just simple. Overall, I was quite satisfied with this car. Primarily because of the improved details and some features over the older R8s and actually the most Maisto models. But there were quite a few little details they were missing on, like the grills or the interior or the door angle or the plastic. And I believe those should be improved. But overall, this was a very nice car. Now, like I said before, there is an exclusive version to this one. This one's Premiere, so maybe exclusive has better quality than this and solve those little problems we were missing on. So maybe I'll buy an exclusive version too and see if it's worth the price. But overall, this car was a very nice model and I'm very happy with it. In the future, I will make a video comparing the older R8 against this one. But for now, I'm in an exam period, so I guess I have to see you guys in quite a while. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Click like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.